Hello and welcome you all on this YouTube channel of Learning Lab where you can learn without limits. So dear students, we are going to start a new series of discussing previous year mains question paper. So let's begin with the 2019 General Studies paper 1, and in that paper section A, that is your history part. So our first three questions belong to world history. As you all know that world history is not the part of your current syllabus, so better to leave these questions for fast and efficient revision. So let's begin our discussion with the question number 4. Okay, as you all know, the first 15 questions are of 3 marker. uh, of that you have to give answer in 15 to 20 words. So here, dear students, the role of keywords is very important. So while discussing this paper, I'll give you what keyword you can write so that you can maximize your score. Okay, our target should be we have to get 3 out of 3 because this is a scoring area where you can score maximum marks by writing just keywords. So this will be our template while discussing this question paper, that wherever possible I'll give you the framework and approach, okay, or sometime even some templates also, so that if you find yourself stuck in some question, uh, so you can answer those questions also. So without wasting more time, let's start our discussion. And our question is question number 4, that is Rigvedic Panchajan. So Rigvedic Panchajan has two meanings. One meaning means, sorry, 5 people, okay, and the other meaning means the sons of King Yayati. So if we talk about the first meaning, 5 people, so who are the 5 peoples? First is God, second is man, third is Gandharv and Apsara, fourth is snakes, जिसको नागा भी कह सकते हैं, okay, and fifth one is fathers. Sorry, fathers means departed souls. If we talk about the second meaning, the sons of King Yayati, then we can write about uh, the name of the sons. First is Yadus, second one is Turvasas, third is Druyus, fourth is Anus, and fifth one is Purus. Okay, so just note down these names because this is the part of ancient India, and ancient India has a huge weightage in your present syllabus. Okay, so just remember these names. I'm just clearing to make some space for myself. Okay, just note down these names. Okay, so dear students, just keep in one thing in your mind, that while discussing this question paper, uh, I'll be giving you some more information, some extra information also. So apart from whatever I am writing, okay, you have to note down what I am speaking also. Okay, so that you can holistically cover your PYQs, because you never know. Maybe in your upcoming exam you can find some questions based on these discussions. Okay, so better uh, to give attention here and use this course as a revision. Okay, so we move on to next question, that is Vasubandhu. So Vasubandhu we all heard, means if you thoroughly prepare your prelims exam, then you might heard about Vasubandhu. Who was Vasubandhu? So you all know that Vasubandhu was a Buddhist monk. So dear students, whenever you find such question based on a personality, especially some scholar like Jaina or Buddha, so you just remember this template. Write about the religion, means this particular person belongs to which religion. Okay, so he was a Buddhist monk. Then second thing is he was patronized by whom. Okay, means किस रूलर ने इसको संरक्षण प्रदान किया. So here answer is Samudragupta. Then you have to mention about some work done by him. So he wrote a commentary on Abhidhamma Pitak, and the name of the commentary was Abhidhamma Kosakarika. Okay, understood? So religion. So he was a Buddhist monk, belongs to Gandhara region, patronized by Samudragupta, and wrote a commentary on Abhidhamma Pitak. And what is the name of that commentary? Is Abhidhamma Kosakarika. Okay, then move to next question, that is Tirthas. Sorry, this is Tirthas only. Tirthas in modern period. So who was Tirthas? Tirthas were the higher officials, administrative officials, and these Tirthas were 18 in number. So remember these two facts. Okay, then Anwar a Suhaili. So it was written by Hussein ibn Ali Wej al Kasif, and he was in the reign of Akbar. Okay, and his major work was uh, Persian translation of Panchatantra. Okay, and what is the name of that book? Is Anwar Suheli. Okay, so the basic motto behind this translation was to provide moral education to Salim. Okay, then we talk about Dastak system. So, uh, Dastak system was a tax collection and administrative mechanism. Okay, so if we talk about the features of Dastak system, then the tax collectors, who known as Dastak officers, they used to collect the tax during British East India Company period. Okay, they used to collect the tax on goods and commodities, and this system allowed for direct revenue collection from the local population. Okay, apart from this, these Dastak officers have some judicial and law enforcement power also, okay, within their jurisdiction. And if there is one more meaning of dastak, that is permit. Okay, dastak means permit system. If you remember the Farooq Siyar, he gave dastak to Britishers. Okay, So don't mention this Farooq CR here because this is not about Dastak, this is about Dastak system. So what was the system? So basically you have to mention about tax collection wala thing. Okay. Then Ulgulun. Ulgulun is the literary meaning of Ulgulun is Great Rebellion. Okay. It was started by whom? Birsa Munda, and the period was 1899 to 1900. And why he started this? Because it was a resistance against the oppressive policies of Britishers, and the region was Chota Nagpur, Plateau. Okay, so remember these things. Then move on to Shankar Shah. It is a very famous tribal personality, which is highly relevant in your upcoming paper also. Okay, so he was a successor of Sangram Shah, belongs to Gond dynasty. He was father of Raghunath Shah, and he helped during the 1857 of revolt. Okay, played a major role in that revolt. Okay, and because of that activity, he caught and executed. Then Bhima Nayak. So if we talk about Bhima Nayak, then he fought against Britishers in 1857 revolt. Okay, he was from Barwani district. Please do comment in which division Barwani district comes. Okay, so that you have good grasp on your factual information also. Bhima Nayak was also known as Nimar's Robin Hood because he do lots of charity work. Okay, and he was the first tribal leader who kept in Port Blair, where in cellular jail. And if we talk about the tribe which Bhima Nayak belongs is Korku tribe. Uh, check once, is it Korku or something else? Because as far as I know, I think it is Korku only. Okay, and if uh, and if I am wrong, then please suggest the right name. Okay, in the comment box. So because guys, this is a dialogue. Okay, this is not a monologue. You should also interact and give your suggestions so that we can also improve. Okay, because we are also human being, and many a times some mistakes are done by us. So it is your duty also that you should correct us. Okay, and it shows how aware you are about your factual information, and it will be helpful for you in your prelims exam also. Okay, so it is not necessary that we are giving you information. It means we are 100% right, though we try, actually we try to excel whatever content we are providing, but sometimes because we are also human being and because of excess of work, okay, sometimes some small factual errors may occur. So please rectify these mistakes so that we can uh, better deliver you in our upcoming lectures. Okay, so now move on to JVP committee. If we talk about JVP committee, then it is related to reorganization of state. Okay, and the JVP name denotes here Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and Pattabi Sitaramaiah. Okay, just remember these names. And this committee gave recommendation that our reorganization step should be based upon should not be based upon linguistic basis, and it should be based on administrative efficiency, and it encourage regional autonomy. Okay, so you can write these three things so that you can fetch 3 marks. Then civil satyagraha. So the period was 1930. The main leader was Durga Shankar Mehta. Okay, and it started in government sandal wood garden. Okay, so it started to support Gandhiji's Namak Satyagraha. Okay, salt satyagraha. Then move on to our next question, that is Bhumra temple. So guys, I'll share you my own experience here. That when I appeared for that exam 2019 mains, okay, at that time I didn't know about Bhumra temple, that where it is situated. So, but I knew some facts that Bhumra temple, if, if MPPSC is asked about temple, then it must have some relation with ancient or medieval time. So I took a guess there, okay, and I went for ancient period. And in ancient time, we all know that Gupta period was the remarkable phase of temple architecture. Okay, so I wrote that Bhumra temple built during Gupta period. Okay, then I wrote that either it was Shiva temple or Vishnu temple. Okay, then somehow I connected it with our Kandariya Mahadev, all these temple group of temples, though it is not part of Kandariya Mahadev in that temple group. But see, in exam, uh, how your senses work, you never know. Actually, so whenever you go for exam, just open your mind. Okay, don't close your mind. Okay, so that new ideas come across your mind, and sometimes those ideas are really helpful also. So I wrote that it is a Shiva temple, and see, it is true actually. It's a Shiva temple. Okay, and I didn't know where it is situated, though I just wrote these 2 points. So I guess that right now marks are not disclosed, but my guess is ki at least I got 2 points out, 2 marks sorry, out of three. So see, this way you can also take a smart guess, because here in MPPSC there is no negative marking. Okay, so there is no point to leave the question. Okay, so just try to remember these basic facts. Okay, but here if you talk about, because we are discussing PYQ, so then later on I read about this topic, this particular temple, and I came to know that it is situated in Satana district of MP. Okay, so here your 3 points are. So then bath caves. So guys, uh, bath caves, whenever question comes about caves, so what you need to remember, religion, time period, specific features. So religion is Buddhism. Period is 4th to 6th century. Guptan period. A specific feature is uh, Jataka tales are found there in the form of fresco, fresco paintings. Okay, what is fresco? I'll tell you. Okay, once when we started a new series of concept building. Okay, so then I'll tell you what is fresco. But here, because it is a three marker, no need to go in deep or in detail. Okay, so just remember these steps. And one more fact you can write here. Here, cave number 4, especially 1 and 2 and 4, I think. Okay, so right now I'm not able to collect the information about second cave, but as far as I remember, I think cave 1 is Tapobhumi, and cave 4 is Rang Mahal. This much I should. ये दोनों तो सही. So if you write about these, so see these are I think 20 words only. If you write these points, then you will definitely get 3 out of 3. Okay. So here the ends of all these 3 marker, and now we are moving to our next part, and that is 6 marker question. So again, the first question belongs to world history. Okay. How did the Mongols influence Europe's Renaissance? Explaining this. No need to discuss this question because this is not part of our syllabus. Then second question, evaluate the responsibility of William Kessel. First one, this is also world history. When we will start UPSC uh, concept building class, then we will discuss all these things because UPSC might ask this type of question. Then move on to role of Bimbisar in the rise of Magad. So guys, here in 3 marker, at that time the word limit was 100 words, but right now it is 50 words only. So see, and they gave almost 8 to 10 lines. So I think a proper answer should include introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So here what we can do, we write intro in one line. Okay, for example, Bimbisara belongs to Haryanka dynasty, and his reign was, I think, 543. I think, I guess. Let me check once. Uh, yes, it is 543 till 491 before Common Era. So this was the period of Bimbisara. So you can write these 2 points in your introduction. Okay, here you are giving 2 facts. One is Haryanka dynasty, one is this period. So definitely the examiner, the evaluator give you at least 1 mark for this introduction. So see, especially if I talk about UPSC because I have enough experience of UPSC. So their intro and conclusion has a huge value. Okay, and it gives completion to your answer. Okay, so please, this is my request to all of you that don't forget to write about the introduction and conclusion. Okay, do not jump directly on body part. Okay, so here in body, what we can write that evaluate the role of Bimbisar in rise of Magad. So especially with the in the context of Magad, we have to give our answer. So what he did, we can mention some points here. For example, first point is his political and military expansion. Okay, his political and military expansion. So here he used some strategic methods like marriages. So he married to 3 princesses. One is Kosala Devi, Okay, sister of king of Kosla, and through this marriage, he got fertile land of Kashi. Okay, then he married to Chelana. Okay, Chelana. Uh, Chelana was a Lichavi princess. So through this, what he did, he secured his northern border. And third one was Madra. Okay, Madra princess. So you can write this point. Then furthermore, in this point, you can write about territorial conquest. Okay, so he pursued an aggressive policy of expansion, and here you can give an example of kingdom of Anga. He annexed Anga. Then second point you can write about administrative reform and governance. In administrative reform, what you can write about centralized administration, that he implemented efficient administrative reforms, centralizing the administration and ensuring effective governance over the expanded territory. Okay, then infrastructure development, administrative reform and governance. So it is part of governance. Okay, so what he did, he constructed roads in the promotion of trade, especially in Rajgir. Rajgir was the capital of Magad. Then third point you can write here, it's about patronage of religion and culture. So see guys, wherever scholars or monks or this type of vidwans, they got attention. Okay, they patronized by the kingdom or king. So that region is very flourished. Okay, why? Because they have knowledge. Ultimately, what matters? It's knowledge. Okay, so he patronized Buddhism and Jainism both. Okay, for example, the Venuvana Vihara in Rajgir was a seat of Buddhism. Okay, so in this way, the religion and cultural thing flourished in his era. Okay, so these are some points. And in conclusion, what we can write, that Bimbisara's reign laid the foundational stones for the rise of Magadha as a significant power in ancient India. Okay, so through like this, you can conclude the answer. Okay, now move on to the next question. That is, how did Noor Jahan influences the politics of her time? So you all know Noor Jahan was the wife of Jahangir. Okay, जहांगीर फेमस मतलब सबसे प्यारी वाइफ बोल सकते हैं, ऐसे बहुत सारी वाइफ थी उसकी तो, but he likes her a lot. Okay, so uh, her name was, please tell me what was her name? Mehrun Nisa, am I right? Okay, so you can write this in your introduction. Okay, then in body, what you can write? Okay, so again, like this, like what we did here in Bimbisara, you can just take these points from here only. Political and military expansion, then or political power and administration. Okay, so in political power and admin, you can write about co-rule, because she was co-ruler. Okay, she interfered in almost all the affairs of state policy. Okay, and because of that, she was also known as Badshah Begum. Okay, Badshah Begum. Then administration and governance. her role in that thing. Okay, so she known for her administrative acumen. Okay, write such type of words. It gives you more marks. Okay, because it shows your command on language. Then military and diplomatic influence. One point you can write because she was instrumental in dealing with rebellions and external threats. So it demonstrates her ability to influence military decisions. Then diplomatic relations also you can write here. Okay, so she negotiation means her negotiation skills were really very good and it helped the emperor a lot. Okay, then economic and cultural contribution. You can mention here. Fourth point is economic and cultural contribution. Okay, so you can write about the economic policy. Okay, that how she promoted textile, especially. Okay, I don't know why. Maybe because she likes suit वगैरह कुछ भी. Don't know. You can find out and tell me. Okay, so and she initiated some agricultural and trade reforms also. So you can mention all these points here. Okay, then one more point is cultural patronage because you know all these royal emperors or empresses they like all these kind of activities and they patronize such type of artist also. Okay. Then in conclusion, what you can mention that Nurjahan remains one of the most powerful and influential women in the history of the Mughal Empire, and it illustrates the potential for women to hold and exercise power in a predominantly patriarchal society. Okay. Then move on to our next question, that is critically examine the impact of British rule over Indian industry and trade. Okay, so we all know that what British rule did to our industries. Okay, so here in intro, do not write such a word like intro, body, or conclusion. Okay, because whatever you are writing, anyway you are writing one line here, then you are leaving one line, I think. Then you are writing a body, some point format, then you are concluding. So it already looks like, yeah, okay, you wrote in a proper format. Okay, so don't do such type of things. Okay, in writing these words. Okay, so first point, sorry, if we talk about the introduction, then we can write a general point here like the effect of British rule over Indian industry and trade was multifaceted and profound, and it bringing about significant economic, social, cultural, and structural changes. Okay, so because it is critically examined, you see, this is very limited space MPPSC provided to us. Such type of question is ideally asked for 10 mark or 15 mark in UPSC. Okay, because there are so many points to write down. But okay, now we can't do anything okay about it. We just need to express our knowledge in this limited space. So let's try. Okay, first I have to love all these things so that I can better explain you. So first point was, as I said, in introduction you can write what I earlier mentioned. Then in body, first point you can mention like destruction of traditional industries. Here you can mention about how our handloom, okay, in textile industries destroyed. How it destroyed? Because what Britishers did, they imported the British manufacturing goods, okay, and with very less duty, okay, and they put imposition of heavy duty on Indian textile, which entered into the British market, okay, and as I said, they reduced the import duties on their own manufactured products. Okay, so what happened? That factory made material, okay, uh, piled up in India. Okay, so definitely when such type of material which was cheaper in price and have less import duty piled up in the Indian market, so our own handmade, handloom and textile industry got destroyed. It leads to unemployment and de-industrialization. Okay, so in detail I discussed here. We just cut short and write in one or two lines. Okay, whatever I told you. And here you can give example of some places like Dhaka, Murshidabad. Okay, these all were famous textile hubs at that time. So how they ruined actually because of the British policies. Then, as I said, unemployment was also one of the reason because of this. Okay, then agriculture transformation. You all know how our agriculture also ruined. What were the reason? Okay, because earlier, even when before Britishers or European power came, our economy was integrated. Okay, how agriculture related to industry and trade. Okay, so it was means you can say that there is a mutual relationship between both these industries. Okay, it was not like that uh, agriculture is different and industry or trade is different. Okay, but what Britishers did, they started cultivation of cash crops. Okay, and because of cash crops, our food production got decreased and it leads to famine. Okay, and then to maximize their profit, they started land revenue policy like zamindari, jotwari, mahalwari, etc. Okay, to mention about these things also. Then here, if you write about third point, then you can mention development of infrastructure like rail, road, communication like telegram, तार जिसको बोलते थे communication lines. Okay, so इन्होंने क्या किया? Guys, here I am discussing question number 5 only. Okay, so do not confuse. Okay, I'll rub. Okay, once I explain everything, I'll rub these things. So बेसिकली क्या हुआ, इन्होंने ये सब बनाया रेलगाड़ी, रोड कम्युनिकेशन. इसकी वजह से क्या हुआ कि फॉर एग्जांपल दे कंस्ट्रक्टेड रेल एंड रोड एंड इट लीड्स टू दी connection between the interior part like village से लेकर के जो पोर्ट यहाँ तक. ठीक है, अब क्या होता था, पोर्ट से कोई भी सामान आया, फॉर एग्जांपल ब्रिटिश मैन्युफैक्चर्ड टेक्सटाइल ही आया, अब वो सीधा रेल में भर करके हमारे विलेज तक पहुँच जाएगा. ठीक है ना, और यहाँ पे डंप कर देंगे और हमारी जो ट्रेडिशनल इंडस्ट्री है उसको डिस्ट्रॉय करेंगे. सिमिलरली जो रॉ मटेरियल था, so those railgadis carries our raw material to port and it was exported. Okay, and because of that, for example, our cereal crops they also exported. Okay, so it leads to the famine in our villages or interior India. Okay, so these all things actually affected our trade and industry. Okay, then uh, labor exploitation, you can write about labor exploitation, how they exploit our labor to maximize their potential. Okay, and then last just summarize all these things and write a good conclusion. Okay, you guys should also do some work here. I'm not here for spoon feeding. Okay, I'm just acting as a supporting hand. Okay, I'll give you because what I felt why we started this channel. See, our main motto is because when we were aspirant, at that time we faced huge difficulty in finding a good material, okay, of English medium especially. So we thought that better to help other aspirants community so that you can excel in your examination. So guys, here we discussed 5 questions and now it's too late. So uh, we will discuss the further part in our next lecture. So stay tuned and stay curious and keep learning. And please do share, subscribe, and follow our YouTube channel. And if you like our effort, then please write us comment. Okay, whatever it may be. If you like or do not like, please write down about it so that we can improve the quality of our lectures. Okay. So on this note, uh, good have a nice day. Okay, and keep work hard. Your exam is only some 30 or 35 odd days left. So give your 100% so that you can maximize your chance of selection in this year only. So okay guys, with this note, I am Yogen signing off. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.